What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you're gonna enjoy the video. Today we're talking about the Volkano Chroma Smartwatch, and this is a full review and a follow-up to the unboxing and first impressions video. If you haven't done that, check out that video. I'm gonna link it down in the description, and there's a pop-up right up there. You can start with that video and then come back to this one. Let's start off by talking about the display, or the design rather. So the watch features a 1.83 TFT display, and that's a 240 by 284 pixels display. So basically this is an IPS display, and what that basically means is it's got light shining from the back. It's got a backlight. That's why, as you can see right now, the blacks are not as deep and as rich as an AMOLED display, but nevertheless the display does a good job of showing information, of showing you the time and whatever you need from the watch itself. Right now I've got a watch face with a black background. This is the watch face that I use on a daily, but I occasionally switch it up, and we'll discuss that later in the video. So the watch as well is IP67 water resistant, so that means it can handle sweat, light splashes. I occasionally wear the watch around the house when I do the dishes or when I'm cleaning, and it comes into contact with water and other liquids as I go about my day. One thing I want to mention is I'm not sure what material is protecting this display. I assume it's plastic. It doesn't feel like glass, but it looks like glass. It's some kind of transparent plastic that they've got here, and it's been durable for most part, and it's got very minimal to light scratches. I don't know if I'll be able to show you. So I've got a few scratches right there. So that was actually a bit of a more aggressive scrape. So I scraped it against a pillar while I was at the airport, and that's how I developed that. But besides that, the display has been pretty durable. The frame of the watch itself has been pretty durable. I don't have any scratches or any scuffs on the watch itself. The silicone bands have been pretty good as well. I have no problem with them. They've been strong for the month that I've used them, and they do a pretty good job of keeping the watch in place, and they're very comfortable. I sleep with the watch as well, and there's no irritation. I barely wake up to take off the watch or anything. I barely notice it's there, and I sleep pretty well with the watch on. So the watch also has the watch crown, but unfortunately its functions are limited to turning off the display, waking up the display, and if you are in any menu, that is to go back to the home screen. So if you're in the menu, for example, and you turn the crown, nothing else happens. So it's limited to waking up and putting the watch back to sleep. But that being said, overall I think the design is pretty nice. It looks like a modern smartwatch, and fits in any outfit that you want, whether you're looking sporty or whether you're going for a more formal or even a casual look. I think this watch will do it. I think Volkano, if they would be able to sell us different watch bands, different color watch bands, I think that would be a nice touch as well, and would really help the watch in terms of being more versatile in switching up things. So I did talk about the bands themselves. So they are removable. You can remove them if you want to, but like I said, Volkano doesn't sell, or I haven't seen where they sell any replacement or any spare bands. So they're quite simple to remove. You just pull on that and it comes off, and putting them back is also quite easy, just like that. Takes a bit of practice, but pretty easy, and they're back into position, and they hold pretty well. So let's talk about the battery of the watch, guys. So the watch itself has a 230 milliamp hour battery, and that takes about 2 hours to charge using the charger that the watch came with the box. So this is a magnetic charger. and it clips right into the back of the watch right there. I think I demonstrated this as well in the unboxing. So actually the other way around. So they do clip into position like that. And if you have the cable connected, as I'm going to demonstrate now, so you do have a charging screen. But one thing that is a bit annoying is you don't actually know how much charge you've got left in the battery unless you do go into the app. That is where you will see how much battery or how much power you've got left. There is a battery indicator right at the top there, but there's no indication of how much battery is actually left. So you actually have to kind of guess how much battery is left in there. So Volkano claims a 15-day standby time. So that means if you've got a full battery, you should be good for 15 days if the watch is on standby. And then they also claim a 7-day battery life. Based on my personal usage, the watch lasts me about 3 days. I think I've gotten 4 days at most, but I have not managed to get the claimed 7-day battery life according to Volkano. So I normally have the watch, if you check the brightness, I don't normally have it at full brightness. So it's usually around here, or actually at low brightness, just like that. So I normally use it like this. I can still see clearly the time and everything that I need to see on the screen. So I normally use it at low brightness, and I am getting 3 to 4 days of battery life from a full charge. So I'm not sure if it's something that I'm doing wrong, but Volkano claims 7 days. I have been getting 3 days, which is not really bad. I charge it every Wednesday evening, and then I'm good to go Thursday morning, and then that lasts me again until Saturday evening, and I charge it up again like that. So I'm not doing a lot of charging. The battery does do a good job. I think 3 days for me is quite impressive. It's quite good. If it's going to be enough for you. Now let's talk about the UI. So one thing I like about this display is it is a full touchscreen display. So you can go around the UI and you can interact with it. There's a menu there, as you can see, with all the apps that you might need. I'm just going to try and bring that closer. So this is what you're looking at when it comes to the menu. So there's so many different preloaded apps there in the watch itself. If you can go into the settings, there's so many different settings, display and all that. But that's pretty much as much as you get when it comes to this. There's different watch faces if you need to switch up the watches, and they are customizable. You can actually make a customizable watch face. Like you can see here, this is generated from the app itself. I will put up a screenshot of that interface of how you select watch faces, but there is a watch face gallery on the app where you can select different watch faces depending on what you want, depending on what style you want to go for. If you want to go for a bit of a sportier look where you can see your steps, your calories, the time, that's there. I prefer this more of a classic watch look, but I've still got the date, I've got the time, and I've got the steps that I've done for the day. So the watch does do that. I think you'll be quite satisfied with what you get here. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what operating system this is. If we go into the settings here, straight into the about, there's not much information as to what operating system this is. This is all you get. I'm sure Volkano know exactly what's going on, but this is basically it. Now let's get into the features of the watch. Now, there were a couple of questions that I got in the comment sections. For example, can you take calls on it? Can you make calls on it? Can you read your messages and stuff like that? So we'll get into all that. But first of all, let's start. As you can see already there is a phone app, so you can jump into there. Okay, I'm currently in do not disturb mode, so we're just going to turn that on, and it's paired to the phone now. So as you can see your recent calls. You've got a dial pad there. You can actually dial from here, and you've got your contacts. So you can sync contacts within the app, and they will appear from the watch. And those are like your speed dials that you can make a call from within the watch. As you can see here, messages popping in. It occasionally does that during the day, and you can see your messages. So that's basically it. You can make calls, you can read your messages. Unfortunately, you can't reply to the messages. You can read them, but you can't reply to the messages. So you can get messages from all kind of apps, your WhatsApp, your normal messaging app, and you can access that from the watch. The watch also features a weather app like that, so you can see you've got even the forecast right there. But one thing I don't like is, or rather what the watch doesn't do well, is it doesn't update your location based on where you currently are or your current location. So I currently set that location on my watch on the app, and wherever I go, I still get weather information for that particular location. So it doesn't automatically update. I think that's something Volkano can work on. I'm not sure if that's just my watch. If anyone else is currently using any Volkano watch or this particular watch, let us know in the comment section. You can also set alarms. There is an alarm clock here, right there. So you can set an alarm and it goes off as once the time is reached. You've got a stopwatch, a timer, and you can set a time 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and the timer will go off. You can also control music there. That will be connected via Bluetooth, so you can actually control music from your watch. You can pause, play, skip, and the music also comes in through the speaker. So one thing actually I didn't mention is, if you're taking a call, you can actually take the call from the watch itself. It actually has a microphone right there, as you can see, and it's got the speaker there, and that is pretty good enough for taking calls. I've had no complaints from when I'm talking to people. The watch does the calls very nicely. I will put up a few pictures of the what the call interface looks like on the screen. I'm sure a lot of you are curious to know whether or not the watch does any fitness monitoring or how it does in that front. So the watch has a built-in heart rate monitor, and you can actually go in there and okay, let's just put the watch back into do not disturb mode there. Okay, so we're gonna put it back into do not disturb. Okay, so let's get back. So the watch actually has a heart rate monitor, and you can actually just tap from the screen and it will start measuring your heart rate. The watch also, so the watch besides that as well, also measures your sleep. It also measures your blood pressure. It also measures your blood oxygen, and it also measures stress levels. So it does that, and it gives you this information, like as you can see here, my stress level, and it tells you, is that normal, is that too high, you know, and all that. So it gives you all that information, and it measures that. But the one thing that I was not impressed by is that the watch monitors your heart rate automatically, or without you having to manually or go in. But with other metrics like your blood pressure and your blood oxygen, it doesn't measure that in intervals. So you actually have to, at specific times if you want, go in and tap the screen so that it starts measuring your blood oxygen, same as your blood pressure. So it's not constantly checking throughout the day what your blood pressure is throughout the day. So for instance, if you forget to measure your blood pressure on that on a particular day, you don't get any reading for that because the watch doesn't automatically do that. I also got a question on I think it was the TikTok video, people asking whether the watch has an NFC. Now this would enable it for you to make payments and other functions that require NFC, but this particular watch does not feature NFC, and as such you cannot make payments using the watch. The watch also doesn't have a built-in GPS. So for those of you who like to track your movement, let's say you're on a jog or you're on a run or you're on a hike, the watch is not going to do that for you. You can do that through the app, but not if you leave your phone. You're not going to be able to do that because the watch does not have built-in GPS, right? So the watch also features a couple of sports modes. So we're going to go in there and you can see right there, that is exercise. So you can actually start an exercise if you're cycling or if you're skipping. You just select that and there you go. The watch starts the exercise. So it runs while you do your skipping. It tells you what calories you're using. It measures your heart rate and all that, and gives you various metrics depending on what sport you are actually doing. So we're just going to stop out and go out of there. So, but there's more, I think more than enough sports mode or exercising modes. You can add more if you need to, but the watch comes with Volkano claims over 100. I have not counted how many of them they are, but there are a couple of sports modes there. So that's basically it about the watch, guys. The watch has been really good. I think for this price point, this is just under 500 Rand, or basically 500 Rand, 499. You can get a couple of promotions. This Take A Lot has been running promotions on this. You can get it at that price point. But all I can say is the watch is good enough for that price point. You're getting a decent device, something you can use to measure your fitness measurements for those of you who want to do that. It's got a ton of features. You can actually use it to find your phone. It's got to find your phone, so you can actually find the phone or find the watch, vice versa, depending on which device you're missing. It's got a few games. Actually, it's got one game, which can be quite fascinating if you're really bored. I've played it a couple of times and it's quite entertaining if you're bored. It's got a calculator there, so if you need to do a quick calculation, maybe you're in a taxi, it's gonna work. It's gonna help you out, do your taxi math there, right? That's pretty much it, guys. The watch I think it's very basic, but it does a good job for the price point. This is no Apple Watch. This is no Samsung watch. It doesn't even compete with the Xiaomi watches. This is very, I think, basic. There's actually no storage as well on this watch, so you can't even put music on it. If you leave your phone behind, the functionality of the watch is a bit limited. But it does record. It will still record your heart rate. It'll still record, your stress levels and stuff like that, your step count and all that. It will record all that and sync it with the phone once you are back in connecting range to your phone. So it's pretty basic. I think if you are in the market for a budget smartwatch, I think this is a good watch. Although if you do spend a bit more, if you do spend an extra 500 Rand, then you can go for, your Samsung smart bands, your Xiaomi smart bands. If you do spend a couple, an extra 500, if you want to save up a little bit to get over to your Samsung smartwatches or your Xiaomi smartwatches, you can do that and get something better. But if your budget is really tight, this is still a good device, and it will do what you need it to do in that sense. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and look out for more videos. We're going to be doing more videos like this. If you've already bought the watch, head down in the comment section, tell us what your experience is. If you like more videos like this, if you want me to do more videos like this, head down in the comment section, let me know, and we'll definitely get more devices like this, test them out for you before you buy them, and I will do videos on the watches. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.